So, cats. Right, we all love them. They're cute, they're funny, they're little furballs. Everyone loves them. And I need a little cat sculpt for my next sculpture, so I thought, why not make a separate video? I mean, I definitely haven't been procrastinating a lot lately and definitely do not need to upload more videos. I've been a bit lazy and a bit busy, so I'm sorry about that, but hey, I'm back, I guess. So, here's how I did it. As always, I first made the wire skeleton. For that, I used a thin wire for the body and a thick wire for the legs. After having blended together the two epoxy components to a homogeneous mass, I glued together the wire parts and thus created the basic frame of the cat. Usually I would also cover the figure in a bit of aluminum foil to use less clay, but since the cat is rather small, I just used more green stuff. After having waited for the green stuff to harden, I bent the wire to the pose that I want to use for the cat. I usually use super sculpey for my sculpts, but this time I decided to use coarse clay since it's a bit more sticky, meaning that I wouldn't have to use bake and bond. Another advantage of coarse clay is that I can sculpt easier around any sort of wire. As you can see, the wires I used here for the legs are extremely thin. If I were to use Sculpey and Bake and Bond, this would have been a big pain in the ass. Still, it might look easy, but since it's so soft, I really had to be careful sculpting the cat's anatomy and how I'd handle it while sculpting in order to not ruin any detail. Also, even though coarse clay might stick really well to metal, it doesn't mean that it was easy to sculpt, since cat legs, especially in that size, are really thin. So naturally, I had to apply a thin layer of clay to the wire. Sculpting a cat in that size can be a bit difficult, so if you're doing the same, I would recommend using another thing as a base. In my case, I used something from the other sculpture I'm making. Once the basic body shape was done, I began sculpting the head. Depending on how you want it, you can sculpt her with an open mouth or a closed mouth. The amount of detail you need to add depends on how big you make the cat. But don't forget to add the nose. The ears were quite simple, I just cut out a few triangles and put them on the head. As for the tail, I again used some wire, covered it in clay and then put it on the back. Making the fur was a bit simpler than I expected. I just used a silicone brush and then covered the whole thing in lines. But make sure to run the lines in one direction. And with that, the sculpting process is basically done. But before I'm going to paint this, I just wanted to say that it can be that there are a few weeks and months where I don't upload anything. In that time, I would really suggest that you follow me on Instagram. I post regular updates of the stuff that I'm working on there, so if you want to be up to date with what I'm doing, feel free to follow me there. After that, it's just a question of how you want to pet your cat. Paint. Yeah, paint, sorry. Since the cat I'm making is part of a bigger sculpture, I had to paint it a certain way, so I painted her in white and a few brown spots. If you have recognized this cat, please feel free to comment down below. Also, don't forget to paint the mouth, the ears and the nose. Again, this is just the way that I need to paint this cat. If you want to paint your cat a different way, go ahead and do it. I mean, I'm not forcing you or anything, it's just one way of doing it. And with that, the little cat sculpt is done. Here she is alongside some small little friends that I've made in the past, like Dogpool, Chomoske and Pochita. If you want to know how I've made those, go check out my channel, or I'll put a link in the info card in the description of the video. I again apologize for not having uploaded in 2 months. I have been a bit busy with work, and the sculpture I'm currently working on has been a bit tricky to make, but luckily I finally managed to finish it, so I'm currently in the editing process, which can take me a little while, so yeah, you just have to be patient with me, I'm very sorry. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, it would really help me out as well as the algorithm. And if you are interested in more, check out my other videos as well. I did some pretty cool stuff, I think you're gonna like it. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye!